After Avila got us our third victory last week, your LA Wakers are hoping to keep that win streak alive versus John Jr. But his team's not going to be an easy one to take down, as he has two Ubers in Ho-Oh and Kieran Black, which have dual screen support from Grimmsnarl, as well as Stealth Rock support from both Azelf and Swampert. His Toad School can rapid spin away my hazards and set his own up, and defensively Galarian Weezing is tough to take down. His Golden Go blocks rapid spin and is also a great offensive threat into my team, but his biggest threat is his Terra Captain, Terra Grottle. And I guess he also has an Iron Boulder that can terrestrialize, and it's kind of threatening and kind of faster than most of my team. So this week we're starting off with my Terra Captain Zarude, and we're using Terra Steel to deal with Galarian Weezing at +2. I'm EV to be faster than Toedscruel, and my HP EVs allow me to take a Sacred Fire from defensive Ho-Oh. My Lumberry allows me to avoid Will-O-Wisp or Sacred Fire Burns or Thunder Waves, and Terra Blast Steel can deal with Grimmsnarl. John Jr. hasn't ran a lot of boosts this season, but if he does decide to bring them on Ho-Oh, I can knock them off, and a boosted Trailblaze can knock out Swampert and also help me win. Being a Steel type, I can also take on Kieran Black just a bit better. But a Dragon Dance Kieran Black can still be a threat, so I went with a physically defensive Iron Crown. Easily live 2 +1 Fusion Bolts from Kieran Black and knock it out after rocks with Tachyon Cutter. Psychic Noise allows me to stop leftovers from Swampert but also hit Galarian Weezing, and Volt Switch allows me to get on out of there versus Ho-Oh. My last move is Protect to get extra leftovers recovery, but it also pairs up well with my next Pokemon, Gliscor. His Gliscor can set up Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rock, and I can use that to rack up damage on my opponent. Being fully physically defensive, I can take multiple Brave Birds from Ho-Oh and deal with it via Stone Edges. But Stone Edge also allows me to break Substitute from Terra Fly Iron Boulder, while I'm still able to threaten Golden Go with my Stab Earthquake. But I'm still scared of Booster Energy Iron Boulder, which is why I have a nasty plot Endure Custap Berry Mewtwo, allowing me to outspeed both a Booster Energy Iron Boulder or a Golden Go with a Choice Scarf in a pinch. Earth Power lets me smoke Golden Go at +2, and Psy Strike honestly hits the rest of their team for super strong damage. Mewtwo is defensive, so it's not 2 KO'd by Mighty Cleave from Iron Boulder, and it also can live in Adamant Kieran Black's boosted Ice Spear after Stealth Rock. If Zarude knocks off Ho-Oh's heavy duty boots, Psy Strike from Mewtwo can put in so much work. Offensively, Primarine is really strong into my opponent's team because my Fairy and Water moves are unresisted, and Energy Ball can allow me to deal with Swampert. I went with the Choice Scarf variant just to give me an extra check to Kieran Black, because while I feel covered versus a Dragon Dance variant, a Life Orb special set could be scary. Last, I have Flip Turn to give me some momentum and bring out maybe Gliscor getting its Toxic Orb activated. My final Pokemon is an Adamant Dragon Dance Booster Energy Gouging Fire, with enough HP and defense EVs to take a Mighty Cleave from Iron Boulder after Stealth Rock. Outrage and Heat Crash hit my opponent's entire team for super strong damage, but Stone Edge allows me to get that clean KO on Ho-Oh. So that's my team for week 5 of the BBL Pokemon Draft League. If you've enjoyed the Draft League content, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing. I'm on my way to 500,000 subs and you can help me get there, and I upload these Draft League games every Sunday, as well as upload competitive Pokemon every single day. Also consider subscribing to my opponent John Jr. I know 3,000 subs is his goal, and he's a fantastic battler with a confident personality to match. Of course, I also want to give a big shout out to Emil, Owen, Tone, the Loyal Bandito, King L5, Vepsis, Dylan, and Tony Flagon for all the help this week, as well as Gentleman Thomas for the awesome thumbnail image and Pedro for the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Week 5 of the BBL Pokemon Draft League. If you're enjoying the Draft League content, let me know. Leave a like, consider subscribing. Play my boy John Jr. Very, very strong opponent. Very strong team. He's Terra Water, Iron Boulder. A lot of threats on that squad. I like my Zarude in this game. I like my Primarina as a lead. I also just really like my Gouging Fire. I like Primarina as a lead because it stops Swampert from hopefully clicking rocks immediately. Of course, we'll see if that's something that actually stops Swampert from clicking rocks. We do want to get up Toxic Spike in this game if we can. We do want to get up Stealth Rock if we can. With Gliscor, if we can get up both, that would be ideal. Toxic Spike are really good for the Boulder, wearing them down. Rocks, obviously, if his Ho-Oh opts to not run Boots in this game. Though I do think versus me, he'd run Boots. I could be absolutely wrong. I like Primarina though. Scarf Primarina gets some damage off immediately and kind of lets me play around a bit from there. We do see the Kieran Black lead immediately. Fusion Bolt could come out. I'll go right out into my Iron Crown. I am Fizz Def for this just in case it's physically offensive. Iron Crown, Kieran Black. This Mon is a threat. Definitely could have Shadow Claw too. I am Scarf on Primarina, but I don't want to reveal that just yet. Also, I can't actually KO it right here, so I'm trying to make, you know, what I assume to be the safest play of going around the crown. He does switch out. Maybe scouts for the Mr. Feast. Ooh, Golden Go comes out. So So he's scouting for the Scarf Moonblast, or he just can't KO me there. Shadow Ball comes out. This mon's really, really, really good into my team. I'll go back out of Primarina here. Just tank the hit. Get some damage off on this thing. I don't know if this is going to run Scarf. Scarf Shadow Ball does not 2-hit KO my Primarina, though. Whereas my Sparkling move does a lot of damage. We'll find out immediately if he's Scarf, though. I could also see Pert coming out, too. I like that. I like that Scout. I like that Scout for Scarf. Also, maybe he just wasn't confident. Maybe he thought I was Walk-On Berry. Did I switch first? Oh, I wasn't paying attention if I switched first. That's my fault. In the previous turn, I was not paying attention. So he does make it rain here. Ooh, that, my friends, is Spat. No, that's just a lot of damage in general. I can get some big damage off on him, though. My Sparkling move does 73 to 86. Is that modest? It has to be modest to do that, bro. Actually, yeah, it literally has to be modest to do that much. So that's modest Golden Go. Good to know. We'll go for a Sparkling here. He is Scarf. Okay, choice Scarf. Scarf and modest. All right, this is going to give my Gliscor potential... This is going to give my Gliscor Toxic Spikes, which I really want up. Scarf Gold is really good into me. But it does give me Toxic Spikes, which is really good for Iron Boulder, and potentially Rocks as well. All right, free Gliscor. Toxic Spikes go up. I assume Kyurem comes out now. Primarina goes down, unfortunately. We put the Choice Scarf, make it rain, and it is modest as well. Let me put modest. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I'm pretty sure it is. No, it literally has to be, based on the damage, right? Make It Rain cannot do that much without being modest Scarf. You do way too much damage to me. Maybe Kyurem comes out, maybe Pert. That is the Kyurem. This does allow him to Shadow Ball immediately after. Yeah, this definitely allows him to Shadow Ball right after. And if he wants to make the aggressive play, he definitely can. Into Gold. Will I call that? It's kind of a throw if I do it right now, but I kind of want to. Because Gold is a giant problem to me. The more it comes out. Golden Go. Let me see. Gliscor's Earthquake. Make It Rain does not kill Gliscor as well. I'm an Earthquake. If he calls me, he gets it. He does Earth Power. Okay, he predicts my Iron Crown. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we get some beautiful chip on this. Nice. All right, we'll go Crown now. As well, this deals with potentially Pert 2, but we get some nice chip on Kyurem for +2 Psyshock, so I'll take that. I thought he might double, but I felt like I had to play aggressive versus John Jr. just because he has such a threatening team. Earth Power. Him being Earth Power also makes it a little scary too because it's most likely mixed. Iron Crown. Kyurem Black. I don't remember if it was Scarf because I didn't see if my Primarina switched first, but he switches now, so cool. This works out. That is the Golden Go that came out. Oh, that's not Golden Go. I lied. That is Ho-Oh. My friends, that is a Ho-Oh. Woo! I think he's choiced. I think he's choiced, guys. I think he's choiced. I really should just pause the video and go and check, but we'll go back on to Gliscor here and get up Rocks. Gliscor tanks every hit. If Ho-Oh is choice banned, Sacred Fire does not actually 2-hit kill me from Jolly. And we'll find out immediately. Again, the T-Spike is going to be nice. And I do want the Stealth Rock as well, if I can. Just chipping away at everything. It also helps my Zarude win. There's a Brave Bird. That is a critical hit Brave Bird. Really unfortunate that he crit me there. I do have the Stone Edge. Yeah, very unfortunate crit right there. I'm going to get up Stealth Rock, though. Because I think he should fear Rock move anyway. So on a crit to do about 50. On a crit. I mean, it does about choice band damage if it's a critical hit, right? So, like, yeah, I don't know if he's choiced at all. That is the Kyurem. All right, we do get that Toxic Spike damage off. Perfect. Beautiful. So I wonder if he does similarly, if he's going to actually switch this time too. But I do like the idea of getting, again, I like the rocks up. I like all this. This lets me chip away at Iron Boulder. Lets me chip away at everything. Obviously, I don't really have a mid-ground into the into this mon specifically. But we know what gold is. So I can go crown once. I will go crown. I will go crown once. Because even if he doubles into gold, I can protect. And if he earth powers, good play. Kyurem Black, baby. He does Draco. I think he specs. 383 to 231. Oof. $152 damage, which is specs. Or is he Dragon? Dragon Plate? Could also just be... No. That Draco can't do that much with specs. He can't do that much with specs. I think Pert should come out here. I'm going to go Zarude on Pert. Either Earth Powers or he goes Pert, in my opinion. So I want to go Zarude. I want to get that mon out. If he goes Ho, that's fine too. I do think Pert makes more sense. Goldilocks is Golden Go or... Oh, it's Ho again. Okay. Again, I do think he's choice. I mean, I'm pretty positive that's choice specs Kyurem. Holy. Can't really touch him here, though. So we are going to switch one more time. At this point, Stone Edge does knock out... Stone Edge does KO the who is it called? Kyurem after rocks. So if he doubles back into Kyurem, we're still in a decent spot. This is a good game, man. This is a good game. He could fear a rock move, too, to be honest. Let's see, though. Because if Kyurem does come out with rocks plus that edge, like I said, edge kills it. Glide score Stone Edge is 38 to 45 to Kyurem. I think with poison, that should be a kill. Assuming we're able to land, of course. Do I want the double layer? I might want the double layer for Iron Boulder, just in case things get out of hand, because I have Protect. But I also regret not Volt switching here, obviously. Again, I assume he Sacred Fires. And it is Boots. Boots. That crit's really annoying, because I'd be so much more HP. Yeah. I'd be so much more HP at this point. I'm going to go for Stone Edge. I think it should be Swampert coming out, but I'm still going to go for it anyway. Just because it gives me damage, and if he wants to go Kyurem, I get a good chip on it. If I do land, that is. If he stays in, we know this is defensive. Stone Edge only does half to Ho-Oh. But I am naturally faster than the FizzDef Ho-Oh. We'll see. Maybe he expects a switch or anything. Gouging Fire looks very good in this endgame. Very, very good. With rocks up, it still eats a move from Boulder. So, let's see. Is he going to make the Kyurem play again, or is he going to limit that? That is Kyurem. Okay. Now, if I do land on Kyurem, Kyurem does die. Please land so I don't have to give up anything. I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch. I believe in you, Gliscor. You missed all your Toxics. I came back. It landed. Let's go. Okay, Kyurem goes down. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Big, big KO there. Huge KO there. Very big KO. Very, very, very big KO. Golden Go can come out now. Maybe click Make It Rain. If it does, I think I get his Dragon Dance, though. Actually, if it clicks Make It Rain, I'm okay, I think. If Boulder comes out... Is that Pert? That's big Pertinators! Makes sense, makes sense. Pert's makes a lot of sense to come out now. Big Pertinators! Alright, this is a free Zarude. Not free, but this is a Zarude. I assume you get up rocks this turn. This should be rocks. He might actually try and flip turn, predicting my knockoff. Oh, he just flips there. Nice. Well, who do you go to that kills me? You don't actually kill me with anybody, so I'm not sure who comes out. It's always Ho-Oh, I guess. Is he going to do this and then double around? Is that the game plan? Because if he doubles the gold now... Golden go. Make it rain a glide score. Because of the crit, it does actually KO me from Modest. Because I'm not at damn near full HP. I wonder if he does do the double, though. Let's see. Because we have to be careful around Boulder. We do have to cuss that berry, which is going to help a lot. Brave Bird. Okay. Nice. I think I always Stone Edge. Do I get the second layer? I kind of want the second layer, though. Because I have... I'm a Stone Edge. I don't care if Perk comes out. I don't. Also, he can stay in if he really wants to be honest. This is defensive Ho-Oh, so it eats this hit for breakfast. But yeah, if Perk comes out, I just get more chip on it. He's trying to weaken me for Iron Boulder, obviously. That's a very obvious, like, Boulder endgame he's going for. Oh, or Golden Go, rather. I think Golden Go is super strong in this endgame. Yeah, just Sacred Fire here. I do land. Let's see. Stone Edge lands. Hey, does not pick up the KO. However, the second he picks up this KO here, I'm gonna Earthquake. The second he picks up this KO here, I get to go Zarude and click knockoff. So he's in a bad spot. He's in a really bad spot. So I'm gonna Earthquake here just in case he acknowledges that and tries to go to Perk. Because I would if I was my opponent. I guess he could have Recover too. But I mean, I could Stone Edge, so. Keeping Ho-Oh low is nice. It only gets 30% back. And again, just any bit of chip on Perk goes a long way if he ends up making that pivot just to get this regen health. I could very much see it. So, all right, he just Brave Birds to pick me off. Fair. Goodbye, Glide Score. You deserve a good rest, buddy. You deserve a great rest, actually. For sure Zarude now, right? Do I Terra Blast immediately? Knock is free, though. If I SD, he's in a bad spot. If he goes Grim, knocking Grimmsnarl is really, really strong for me, too. Yeah, knocking Grim is really, really strong for me, too. Because then it can't, like, mess me up with its item. And that's Grimmsnarl, I believe. Yep. Okay, nice and poison, too. Gonna take rocks as well. What is your item, my friend? Your item is Light Clay. Okay. I see you, my friend. I see you. You get up a Reflect here for sure. Or you double to Ho-Oh. Right? Because I could Terra Blast you. I'm gonna Swords Dance. You either get up a Reflect or you go Ho-Oh. Exactly. So he has the up there. There we go. Yeah, as the up there is fine. Reflect only has a few turns. +2 knock on Ho-Oh if it's max defense. Zarude +2. Ho-Oh if it's max defense with Reflect up. It's not max defense because it has some speed, but I'm always doing worst case scenario here. So if I'm +4, +4 can also potentially KO. I'm going to Terra, and I'm going to SD again. I'm going to Terra and SD again. This avoids Spirit Break. If he goes Ho, this is good too. I just really want to Terra and SD again. It's a little bit aggressive, but I'm going to do it. Because I think Gouging Fire is really good. I think Mewtwo's really good, especially with this guy being gone. And I think he has to think a lot about this turn. I think he has to think a ton about this turn. Yeah, I knew he'd switch. Okay, perfect. There's Ho-Oh. So, there's Ho-Oh. Now if I go +6 knock. Yeah, so he has the again. He should know that this Mon dies here, knock. This Mon, if I'm max attack, let's assume max attack. +4. To max defense Ho-Oh, which he's not. This does kill. How many turns are on the checks target? Check status. There's another KO turn there. So he knows this kills. So that means I SD again. Because he has to switch. He has to switch. He literally should know this kills. So I SD again on Grimmsnarl. Yeah, always. So, and Ho-Oh also doesn't knock me out, so I do SD again. Yeah, he has to switch, exactly. Now there is 2 turns left of Reflect. There's Grim, yep. Oh, man. So there's Grim. Ho does not KO me, and I believe knockoff and a knockoff KOs Ho-Oh. So I can actually Trailblaze here if he tries to do anything crazy. I can Trailblaze here. Thunder Wave won't work on me. If he goes for it. And there's not a lot of turns of Reflect left either. Again, Ho-Oh does not KO me with Sacred Fire, ever. So whether knocking Ho-Oh or just wasting Reflect turns is good too. Again, I have that Lum, so I'm okay into most of his attacks. Light Screen. Smart. All right. You go down. Smart. 160. Ho-Oh defensive. +6. No Reflect up. There it is. There's Ho-Oh. We go for another Trailblaze here for sure. Ho-Oh cannot kill me. If I get another Trailblaze, I believe this is my play. If this is a throw, it's a throw. But I think he's really defensive. So I'm going to go for Trailblaze here. Because this allows me to outspeed the Iron Boulder. Reflect ends and then I knock him out with knockoff. Let's see if I threw. Oh, he has Whirlwind! Okay, that's fine. I don't regret that play. I don't regret that. If it's Whirlwind, I don't regret it. I don't regret Whirlwind. I don't regret Whirlwind. Because we're wasting turns of Reflect. Oh, and it's Gouging Fire as well. That's perfect. I do not regret that. At all. It being Gouging Fire is really good. I do not regret that play at all. Gonna Dragon Dance up in front of Pert, I assume. Swampert does not KO me. I basically just set up, set up, set up. That's my play every time. I set up, set up, set up, no matter what. Gouging Fire! Okay. So this is a +1 Gouging Fire. Pert dies most of the time to this. Gonna go for it. It dies most of the time. This is Outrage, bro. Yeah, Pert dead. Goodbye, Pert. Crazy thing is, Iron Boulder does not even KO me now. Iron Boulder does not KO me from where it's at. I always live. Always, always, always. So Pert goes down. Grimmsnarl's down. It's just Boulder, Ho-Oh, and Golden Go. And we can waste turns of Light Screen. We do have the Custap Berry in the back as well. That's Gouging Fire's second kill in this entire league. I guess I'm not using it great. Typically, it's just my defensive pivot because Ubers is very scary, though. Yeah, like, that's usually just my defensive pivot. Mr. Feast. Is that Golden Go? All right, that makes sense. You weaken me. Makes sense, makes sense. I'm locked in as well. He should be faster than me, but there's a shot I'm faster. If I am, there's a shot we just win too. All right, he does. He is faster. There we go. All right, so we put that in range of my attack, which is nice. How much did that do? 148? Golden Go. So this will always kill with the next one. I believe the play is to sack Crown here. I do think Custard Berry... I can win with the game with Custard Berry Mewtwo. But I could be wrong. But I think we sack Carlos here for sure. Yep. Because we have the Stone Edge for Ho-Oh on Gouging Fire, which is why I'm keeping it. Whereas Carlos can take a hit, but I think it makes more sense for me to do this way. All right, we go you. We always click knock. This actually, yeah, this does 2 shots. So we always click knock off here. Always, always, always. It's going to be a close end game, but knock is the play for sure. It either knocks out gold. I think he goes Ho-Oh though, always. I kind of regret not knocking Ho-Oh now. I think I got a little greedy for the end game. Okay, never mind. No. I don't regret it anymore. The play we made was fine. I don't regret it at all. Okay, Golden Go going down. I don't regret it. Yep, never. For sure don't. So I assume it's going to be Ho-Oh. It should be Ho-Oh already. Anyway. And then we knock that. I guess he could go Boulder, but Boulder's going to take poison and all that stuff too. This is a good game, man. Y'all ever seen Zaru be +6 and not get any damage off? Wow. Only on PokeaimMD. Make sure you leave a like and stuff for that. Other people, win. Joey, L. But yeah, I definitely should have knocked. Whirlwind was really cool, which is the standard Uber set, but still, definitely should have knocked. I do think I win, though, by nasty plotting with Mewtwo, and I think my Custard Berry is going to come into play. Yeah, there's the Ho-Oh. All right, they knock. So they're not confident they can actually KO me with Boulder, which is fair. We're going to knock off this thing's heavy-duty boots. This allows my guy to come out. This allows my guy to come out. Did a lot of damage. They could also miss, I guess. Yeah. I could have also went to Gouging Fire, but I think keeping out rocks is very important. I think keeping out rocks is very important. Because now I go you. Mr. Victor Black. I think I definitely just outrage. Don't want to miss Stone Edge, so I'm going to outrage. Let him KO me here with Brave Bird. And then my Custard Berry hopefully comes into play. Because yeah, this is the play. Yeah, I didn't want to miss Stone Edge. Especially if he just Brave Birds me and KOs me. And then it comes down to Boulder. Actually, no. It should be a win, provided he doesn't have Mega Horn. That's a double down there, right? Nice. It should be a win, provided he doesn't have Mega Horn. Because again, my Endure Custard Mewtwo does it. I mean, if he's booster too, it makes a difference as well. I see. He wasn't confident that it could KO Zarude from 168. On Nerve, so berries don't matter. Does take the poison, makes sense. He might actually stay this form. Booster energy speed, right? What does it say? Speed, okay. He may actually stay this form. Earth Power is my play. If he Terras, so be it. I don't get... Okay, he did Terra, but... Mewtwo to Iron Boulder. Iron Boulder +2. +2 attack can never ever KO Mewtwo. Ever. He goes right for Mighty Cleave. Okay. Yeah, provided I don't get crit, I should never lose this. Yeah, I should never lose this provided I don't get crit. Or if he actually has an attack to hit me here. But I don't think he has... I think it's Terra Blast, Swords Dance. I don't think he has Mega Horn. I don't think that makes sense. But, I mean, it could, I guess. Let's see if Mewtwo gets crit. He did go for Mighty Cleave. If he crits me, he wins. He did not crit me. Mewtwo able to win the game. And the LA Wakers are going 4-1 into the next week. Where we... Is this the last mon? Yeah, okay, it is. Where we are fighting the Calyrex Ice. The first pick. What a great game. Honestly, fantastic on both sides. Well played by John Jr. I was thinking my Custap Bear would come into play. Yo, I love bulky Mewtwo, man. 32 HP. 24 defense, baby. So on his calc, he was probably hoping for some sort of roll. Two-shot me. Because Mighty Cleave to no bulk does 45 to 53. That was a fantastic game, dude. Like, legit fantastic game. Happy I was also able to win. I think last time versus in the BBR, I feel like I threw versus him really badly. So I'm happy that I was able to win in this game. And I'm happy that I was able to play a little bit aggressive as well with Gliscor to actually allow me to beat Kyurem. So that's really cool. So hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like. Definitely another great game this week. I'm going to hit up John Jr. if he's down to do an interview. And I'll see you guys. Peace. I'm here with John Jr. We just had a phenomenal game. And bro... Oh, good speed as well for defensive Gliscor. I like this. You want to talk a little bit? Tell the people to sign you and all that?
Yeah, yeah, man. First of all, Toadscroll is adequate spin, and I want to get that straight right now. I want to stop the slander right now. But yeah, man, come check me out. I'm really close to 3,000 subs, and I really appreciate it. You guys will pop on over and help me get there by the end of the year, man. It means the world.
Hell yeah, dude. Super well deserved. I think Scarf Golden Go, by the way, beautiful picking at me. It was just really good because the Rude almost always wanted Terra. So
yeah,
I love it a lot.
So the idea behind that was I felt like I ran a couple of mocks here, not as many as normal, because I felt pretty good with my initial team. But Golden Go was originally like Akka, so I could try to get like a Thunder Wave off on the gouging, but I felt super weak to Mewtwo in the in game, so it was Scarf to kind of be able to mitigate that a little bit, and also non-Trailblaze Zarude or Zarude before a Trailblaze.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I had a few people. Dylan used Akka Berry gouging Golden Go into me, and it just kept dying to Heat Crash. So
yeah,
were you like max defense or something, or was it just neutral?
In the first one, no. In the first one, the first build that I had, I was like split def. I was like trying to do way too many things at once, trying to be a Prim check as well. Cause Prim messed me up, man. That mob's tough to deal with. I was so happy whenever it went down like turn 3. I was like, damn, one of the biggest threats in my opinion is gone.
No, I agree. Especially like it was definitely good into yours, but the way I always wanted to use Prim was maybe get a little bit of chip or extra on something and then kind of go from there. Mid-ground into the Kyurem Black. The turn I Earthquaked, by the way, on Kyurem Black is the Earth powered. I thought the double to Golden Go was happening that turn because Shadow Ball looked free, so I was like, I'm going to make the play. I'll make this risk.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay attention turn 1 when I switched versus Kyurem. I'm Scarf, obviously.
Yeah.
So I didn't pay any attention to that, and I was like, crap, man, is he Scarf? Who switched first?
Yeah, so that turn, I was like, damn, he is in my head. I thought you just called me staying in and wanted the extra chip, which actually ended up mattering because it prevented me from switching in later on into the Stone Edge.
Yes.
So I was like, damn, he's in my head. He got me completely. I wish I would have just Draco'd that turn in hindsight, get damaged and kind of get a read on if the Iron Crown was AV or not, because that's what I was worried about, was in the Soul Vest Iron Crown coming in. And I actually 2-hit KO a non-max HP Iron Crown.
Makes sense.
Even if it's AV with the Earth Power. So that was the idea there.
Yeah, as you can see, I went max, like almost max Fizz Def. This was like to take +2 from the Mighty Cleaver, but mainly to be like, just in case you use Dragon and Shadow Claw, Kyurem Black, or like Scale Shot Loaded Dice, that one was very scary. So this allowed me to take it relatively well. And then Protect was there because Protect plus Psychic Noise can help me wear down Pert. Pert was really, really annoying initially because I didn't have Trailblaze on Zarude. I got really greedy with Zarude into you, but I'm like, you know what? This makes sense to go for here because I can always knock him. I always live Sacred Fire. So I was like, okay, so I can always knock him later if it comes down to it. And if you didn't wear me out, great. I love the freaking Uber set right here. I was like, he's not going to run the Uber set. The freaking Uber set, literally right here. It's like, if you Sacred Fire, I was like, I'm going to win right now because I just Trailblaze and knock off KOs you at plus whatever. Because I was calculating max. You obviously had some speed, which I knew, but I was like, max is still the safest to calc for. But that was a beautiful, beautiful whirlwind. You got me into a great mon, though. I'll be honest. I was like, probably best mon to get whirlwinded out into.
Yeah, I didn't like to see him come out, but yeah, that whole interaction was really tough because on that first Swords Dance, whenever I was like, okay, I'm gonna go Ho-Oh in case he Terra Blast, and then I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, damn, I could go Goldango in case he Swords Dances though, and try to get the trick and get him to be Scarf. I think it's a pretty good play as well, but I chickened out and I went to Ho-Oh, try to get the Regenerator. Obviously, in hindsight, wish I went to Goldango instead, but it is what it is.
No, that would have been a fire play. I was happy to just get rid of this mon because I always knew I was Custap Berry Mewtwo. With Endure's good because obviously I can get the Endure Custap, but also for the extra turns of poison. Because I think I only got up 1 layer in this game, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of games I got up 2 because I was terrified of this mon in the late game, and Terra Water is something people ran. Some people ran Terra Rock banded into me.
Man, that's why I had that for a while. I had Terra Rock and it did so much damage into you, but I switched it last second because I didn't like the setup opportunities just in case you weren't choice prim. Felt like I couldn't really find the opportunity to set up, so Water gave me that opportunity.
Makes sense. And it also just lets you smoke past Gliscor. The first thing this build was, I didn't even go like HP values, just 2v2, 2v2, F it, Gliscor's here. Because I figured if you bring, like, Jawheezing is good for defog, good for absorbing T-spikes, and good to stop Gliscor, but it's so bad into every other mon on my team. Like, Mewtwo doesn't care, Terra Steel Zarude doesn't care. I set up in front of that mon, right, with my Lumberry.
It's crazy you say that. I actually, one of my initial builds, I had a lead specs G-Weezing, and I always got a KO with it, but I ended up liking the Kyurem Black better.
That's so funny, dude. Because in my head, I'm like, before we actually fight in the battle, I'm like, if he has Weezing, I don't know why I was thinking specs too. I was like, my Primarina is going to die turn 1, but I'm going to take a lot of damage from him as well. Yeah. Were people using specs into you?
Scarf, excuse me.
Scarf is
Modest.
Oh, people were using Scarf into you as well. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, its dual coverage is really good.
So I was really worried that I was like conditioned into it being Scarf. So like I would have switched in on Ho-Oh, like expecting you to just click Moonblast again and you would have surfed or something. So I was really worried about that going into the game. But whenever I saw you switched out first turn 1, I was like so relieved. And then obviously whenever I got Prim, I was like, man, I'm in a commanding position now. But yeah, that Mewtwo, man, that Mewtwo was gonna be tough for me to deal with no matter what. Once I let Goldango get chipped, but I'm not sure I could have played. I'm trying to think, I don't think I could have played that in game very differently other than going hard Goldango on that first Swords Dance. I think it's the only thing that I really could have done differently there.
Which is also a tough call too, because technically I could knock, you know?
Yeah.
Like knock is relatively free because it gets rid of the boots on Ho-Oh and it limits, like Grim isn't a problem once I become a steel type, right? I don't have to worry about Thunder Wave, because I have the Lumberry. And you were Taunt as well, which you couldn't do prior, and you had Spirit Break. So like it was a hard turn to make, in my opinion. I had a very similar situation where I just used it to set up all the way in a mock too. But Mewtwo was always like because like offensively Mewtwo's insane in this game, right? Like I can use Life Orb Power Gem, Fire move will always KO Gold. I can have Energy Ball as well for per. At one point I just had 4 attacks Mewtwo. I said F it, Life Orb. No. Ghost Resist Berry, Cassib Berry, and then just Psy Strike, Power Gem, Fire Blast, and Energy Ball. So just so I can just hit everything hard and then lay up spikes with Gliscor and kind of go from there. But this made a lot more sense later because a lot of the ways I was losing is because I didn't have speed into a random Scarf Ho-Oh or a Scarf Goldango, or obviously, you were always, I think, if you didn't bring Ban, you were always bringing Booster Speed Boulder because my speed tiers are, this is obviously an Amorous, and then it goes all the way to Mewtwo. So there's a huge, huge gap. But it also works out in my favor because then I can just ignore speed tiers and go like really bulky on Mons, and just pick some arbitrary speed tiers that are like, oh, this is faster than XYZ. Like I knew like basically if you were regular Iron Boulder, I'd be faster than at +1 just because you're not going more than an M. There's no reason to. It lets you take hits. But yeah, I love the flip turn initially, by the way, with Pert, because I was thinking, would Rocks have been better for him in that game? But because I could have obviously always endured if he did enough. But I love the initial flip turn because it gave you so much momentum. And when you crit my Gliscor, I was like, oh crap, this hoe is gonna put me down eventually. What a beast, by the way. You saw how little Stone Edge did.
Yeah. So the reason I kept switching out to a Ho is because I was really worried of knockoff.
Yes.
I really didn't want to lose my boots because if I lost my boots, I was EV to live a Rock Slide from Zarude. If you were adamant. So that's kind of what I was going for before I knew your moveset. So I was really trying to play around that. And man, if I would have known you were Stone Edge, I probably would have played it a little bit differently. trying to actually get sustainable damage on that Pokemon. But yeah, no, you played it really well.
I tried. I tried this game. This game was something I really wanted to win because I was like, he can't yell sign me in our game.
Man, I was really hoping, obviously not knowing you were in Deer Cuss Tap, I was really hoping that I got the 2-hit KO with Boulder so I could just pop off.
Oh, bro was ready. I was also wondering, I was like, I wonder if he Terra's here because Rock Psychic resists a lot of what Mewtwo could do. So I wasn't sure if like you'd Terra initially, which is why I thought Earth Power was just safe because I figured I'd take every hit anyway. But were you just like actually fearing Earth Power specifically, or it just?
I just kind of Terra'd because yeah, Earth Power was definitely an option, but the move that I anticipated was Grass Knot, so I was like, I get hit either way. Let's get the animation.
Okay, yeah. A couple more seconds. I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Is there anyone? Who do you fight next? Is there anyone like you're like super excited, or I don't know about? I wouldn't say worried, but like I fight Calyrex Ice next, right? So I'm obviously terrified of Calyrex.
No, I actually get a bye week next week, which is pretty cool. I play Owen, so I'm really excited for that
one. That's crazy. And that's my one loss, bro. That's Big Owen. He has some crazy techs too. I'm really enjoying your the way you're playing Ho-Oh. Can I like Ho-Oh and Kyurem? Is this your first or second boots of the season?
This is my first boots on either Kyurem or Ho-Oh. Yeah.
I knew it. I was about to say. So he's been running like Charty Berry, Choice Scarf, things like that. A lot, actually. Those two items a lot. And I love it. Because I know initially during draft you were terrified of not having enough defog. And you obviously got G-Weezing now. Oh, did you drop G-Weezing? No, you got G-Weezing.
Why are we disrespecting Toad School? He is right there.
No. I think you're using Toad School perfectly, by the way. I think forget the defensive. Go enough speed to get off your spin. I love the way. Like every week when I watch you use it and like you're faster than a base 95 mon, I'm like, that's a good EV Toad School. Like that's the way to do it in my opinion. So I love that. And I love that. Like it feels like when you play, you're more free than you thought while you were drafting. And
definitely.
Yeah. Also, I mean, you're bringing the same 6 almost constantly, right? But that your team's good.
Yeah, I mean, I said that in draft. I was like, I'm pretty much gonna bring top 4 every single week, and then it's gonna be a cycle of the other ones minus Grotto.
Yeah.
So
I actually thought you might bring Grotto into me and try to embarrass me.
Grotto was never thought of. I'll be honest. Grotto's gonna stay on the bench probably the whole season.
No, don't say that.
Man, I got bad news for all the Grotto fans out there. Grotto's not making an appearance.
If you clutch though, by like week 8, you're not bringing Grotto week 9.
Look, I might. I play Cali Ice week 9, so that'd be pretty interesting.
Wait, Grotto's your Terra Captain, right?
Yeah, I could like Terra Fire, I guess. Yeah.
Or water and like some Leech Seed synthesis stuff protect.
Over here convincing me to bring Grotto, man.
I'm just saying I would bring Grotto. Like there's a lot of like I have Avalugg plus Zarude, right? And obviously Zarude is just the superior. I'm not even using the broken sets yet, which I've been told by some draft players. But like I feel like Avalugg is just so good in some cool matchups, and obviously it's not the same for Grotto. I don't think you're gonna get a Shell Smash sweep, right? But I think if you want rocks, it gets rocks, right? Does it get rocks?
I could get some rocks. I could definitely get some rocks.
That's what I'm saying. If you want rocks up, you use Grotto, Focus Sash, Lead, Shell Smash at Overgrow, bring him down, and just hit him with a Seed Bomb because I don't think it gets Wood Hammer.
I don't think it does either. Yeah, but talking about that point you were making about me only bringing 1 boots, I think the reason I felt so free to not bring boots is because everybody expects me to bring boots.
Yeah.
So nobody's been like bringing hazards really. You're like the first. I think you're the first person to bring hazards into me, or the first person to prioritize hazards maybe into me. So it's like I've been able to play around it pretty easily and like take advantage of the rockers that aren't very strong otherwise, you know what I mean, with my other Pokemon. So it's been nice in that sense, but maybe now that the secret's out, that'll stop.
I think it's more so I have probably one of the best Knockamons in the draft, right? Zarude.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm going out of my way to click knockoff, right? It's not a secondary cover. It's my main stab almost every game. So I think it makes more sense here that I do it. But I also found the same thing as you, like, wow, hazards are not going up most of these games because I think it's hard to get up hazards in the Ubers League, dude.
Definitely. Super hyper offense, extremely hyper offense.
Yeah, this is one of my longer games as well. Last week I had a 40-minute game. This one was almost 30 minutes. So like definitely like I enjoy the slower pace of it. And I also like when there was countdown turns in between. I was like, okay, he's really thinking about this, but like, you have to switch. Come on, go ahead and switch. You know.
So the reason I was thinking so much is because last week, I don't know if you saw the game versus Baptist.
Not yet.
Played. Do you want me to spoil it?
Just spoil.
Okay. So I lost. I was really hung up on that matchup, and I overmocked. Like I did like 20 mocks, way overmocked. I was really in my head about Rayquaza, and I made a couple of bad plays because I thought I was like really doing the exact same thing I did in mocks, and it just was not the same set. And I just like kind of did it without thinking, extremely fast within like 5 seconds. So this time I was trying to really just like think out everything.
Makes sense. I think that makes perfect sense too. And that's also like mocks are really good because they'll let you see holes in your team. They'll let you see things. I wouldn't have Endure Custap without mocks. I wouldn't have Toxic Spike without mocks, etc., etc. But they also, like you said, can pattern the repetition can mess you up. Like if I Moonblasted Kyurem Black in mocks most times, and I got Scarf Fusion bolted a couple times, or like maybe it always worked out for me, and I did it here, and you were Scarf Fusion Bolt, and I just died with the Primarina. Yeah. Which is why I switched. Like specifically why I switched. I was like, I'm not about to get. I can't kill you. That's why I didn't even flip turn. I was like, I can't do this. So mocks will definitely mess you up as well as help you. I'm still not sure on the sweet spot on what is like the proper amount of mocks. I just think confidence with your team, and then from there you kind of just turn down the mocks. I feel. I don't know. I'm still iffy. But most of the time my teams are built kind of late in the week, and obviously we just had Thanksgiving, and then this is the holiday season now. So. Family man, you John Jr. Senior. So like, we got a lot going on. So finding the time to do it, and I think taking it slow is super important. Like all my mocks, I play on my phone, almost all of them. So they just click, and I feel. Whereas in this, I'm calcing, I'm trying to figure it out, which is weird because I guess because the stakes are actually there, right? So I definitely agree with you, and it's always like a weird spot. Like mocks are good because you don't want to get 6-0'd by. Like if you had brought SD Water Boulder and I never fought it, and I just did not, even though you told me, I just didn't know how to position around it. It can mess me up, like period. Yeah. So there's definitely good and bad. So for everybody watching as well, that's like my thoughts on mocks. I think they're good. I think they can be bad too. So you need to know when to stop doing them. I love that you have gold back again. By the way, it reminds me of it kind of went full circle from BBR to here.
When we made that trade.
Yeah, we changed Draft League forever with that trade.
Oh, exactly. There's still hot debates about mid-draft trades to this day.
Dude, let them happen, in my opinion.
Dude, I agree. I've always thought let them happen. It's going to happen post-draft anyway.
Yeah, like, why do I have to wait to the end, bro?
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
But then again, I'm a bad guy. Like, I'll get people to hold them on for me and do a trade with them, like, type thing. So it's like, whatever. I'll get them on for you. I'll scratch your back. You scratch my back. It is whatever.
Exactly. But going back to the mock thing, for me, like I said, I overmocked up until this week. I did the least mocks in BBL against you, probably. I think I did 5 mocks against your team. And what I found was most of my time was spent with my friend Wagon. We discussed like what happened, like what changes need to be made afterwards, rather than actually in the battle, right? Like seeing how things played out and seeing what I'm weak to and seeing how we can counteract that.
That's really smart. I love that. And I try to do the same thing because we'll talk about in the game, but it doesn't actually help us. So I really like that. If you break them down and look through it, I think that's a very good way to approach mocks for it. I also love that I think the skill level of draft has gone up, obviously since we all took our breaks, because I know a lot of people didn't do mocks back then. Myself included, actually. I didn't do mocks for a long time until I started getting beat down back in the day. So I love that as well because I think wow, I almost called it BBR. The BBL is really competitive. Like
I agree.
I don't know who's making playoffs just yet, like at all. Right? I mean, maybe one of the undefeated teams if they're still out there. Actually, no, they won't even be out there this week because we have Shuckle versus Viz this week. So
there'll only be one.
Yeah, there'll literally only be one. So and I think whoever goes undefeated is most likely in playoffs unless they go 5-4, and we can all go 5-4 as well. I have one more question because I wanted to actually know your thoughts. So we're gonna obviously have a break in this. For those that don't know, we do have like a 2-week break, an actual 2-week break. We used to do this in draft back in the day, and then some people wouldn't come back, but this one people will be coming back, obviously. What do you think? Do you think it's a real? If you're hot before, you know what I mean? Like you're on fire, you're on a win streak, you're feeling good. Do you think the 2-week break is a good recharge for you, or is it something that you think will kind of stop your momentum? Because I'm genuinely curious about how you think it's gonna happen, because it's obviously during Christmas break.
So I probably think it would stop momentum in my opinion. Like if you're on fire, you're going to the break. I think it's the same thing as anything, right? Like, this is a mental game. If you have that 2 week break where you're not touching Pokemon at all, you're obviously gonna perform worse whenever you get back.
Yeah.
But if you're like on a lose streak, like I'm on a 2 lose streak, man, I'm looking forward to that break. I need to I need to recharge, spend some time with family. You know what I mean?
Power up,
yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this game was really, really good. I'm gonna watch it back too because I think there was a few turns I could have done differently as well. One would have been paying attention turn one on who switched out. But no, I was just generally curious because like for me as well, they're gonna be weeks 8 and 9, I believe, or 7, 8, and 9 that we have the break on. So I was like, yo, this is a really big portion of the draft, kind of the most important portion as well for a lot of us because I think a lot of us are gonna be very, very close in terms of score. So I'm like, do I like this? Can I? And I'm not obviously going to force anybody to play early either, but I was just kind of thinking about it as well. But anything you want to tell the people, bro? Definitely go sub to John Jr. By the way, let's give him 3K. 100% deserves it. Please.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that'd be it, man. Try to give me 3K by the end of the year. Help me out. If you want to feed my daughter, man, you gotta hop on over. Hey, you could drop a membership too, Low. It's 99 cents a month.
Oh, you have the $1 members?
Yeah, man. I found that it makes more people do it because it's just 99 cents. It's not even $1. People like to do it more.
That's cool, bro. That's awesome. That's affordable for people, and you know, I like that.
Dude, and you get some cool emotes, Joey. You can even put them on screen right now if you. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the big one, bro. I'll go sub right now. That's $1. I can't. I don't want to show my stuff, my email stuff, but I'll a freaking $1. I might put that on mine. I might steal that. Dude, that's a smart idea. I'm so Twitch brained that like. Okay, $5 is the lowest I can go. Right?
Yeah,
that makes the most sense. Yeah. But shoot, man, I kind of like that. But yeah, guys, please check out John Jr. Fantastic battler, great guy. I talk a lot of crap during the watch together, but that's because I expect a lot from him. To be fair, I obviously, you know, you're a great battler, right? You've made it to multiple playoffs and finals, et cetera, et cetera. So, I hope if we play again. We settled the score. We're 1-1 now. So this is
man, it's gonna be. You better hope we don't play again. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I know, bro. I after all this, me 6-0 would be terrible for you. And you're. All right, guys. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you, bro, for watching. Peace.